What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisor.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video for Tuesday, April 4th, 2023. We've got a great slate going on. We're going to dig into it. So this is kind of what we're looking at. So we've had people ask, and we're going to go into each game. We're going to look at the pitching matchups, and then we're going to go look into the batters in each game. So I had feedback a couple of times. We'll continue to do that. So if you guys like this, let me know. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We are looking to get a few more subscribers each and every day to help you guys out. We are looking to expand on everything we do. So if there's something you would like to see in these videos that are missing, comment down below. We're also having the contest, so if you want to win a free week of FTA Plus content, all you have to do is be a subscriber, like the video, and follow us on Twitter at advisors_team. On this video, tell me who's going to hit a home run and the distance traveled. So the distance traveled will be just a tiebreaker if multiple people have it. We've had tiebreakers in the past, and it goes to whoever gets closest without going over. Price is Right rules. Clearly, that's the only kind of rule you can play with. So those are the kind of contests we have going on. If you follow us on Twitter, we're trying to hit 10,000 followers by... we're looking at the All-Star break, but it would be awesome if we get it closer. So we're going to dig into that. We're going to look into a lot of things, and then we're going to look at some other things that we have on the website. So we're going to look at the weather that might be affecting this. We're going to look at the ballpark factor. So the ballpark factor chart hasn't been updated to show these pitching matchups, but they are there, and we can look at the ballpark. The reason is because we're going off 2022 stats right now. Obviously, some stadiums have moved their fields in and out and stuff like that, but we don't have, we have 3 games under the belt, maybe 4 games, 1 weekend under our belts, so we're not going to be using the ballpark factors for probably at least a month, but probably a little bit longer, because with ballpark factors you're looking at weather. So a lot of these ballparks play a lot better when it's summertime, so the first month is kind of cold, so the numbers aren't going to be reflective of how they actually are historically. So we'll look into that. If you have any questions, let me know. Let's try to hit 50 likes on this video. I think we can do it. So 50 likes here, that would be awesome. If we do hit 50 likes on this video, we'll put a FanDuel and DraftKings GPP lineup in the pinned comments below. But on the website, we have cheat sheets, we have core plays, we have a lot of things going on. We have sports betting as well. So that is awesome. Hopefully you guys go check that out. Fantasy Team Advisors is the website. So we have a good slate. We're going to dig right in. The first game on the slate is the Diamondbacks at the Padres. You got Zach Gallen versus Yu Darvish. Now, looking into these numbers, Gallen has faced 75 at-bats, 86 plate appearances. Obviously, some of these are walks. 17 hits in those at-bats, 5 doubles, no triples, does have 5 home runs, and only 15 strikeouts for 17.4 K percentage. Looking at that, that's a 227 batting average against him. So the plays that we like here, if we're looking at, I don't know if I'll have much Gallen here. Maybe throw him in GPP, which you can really throw any pitcher in GPP. They have to be good. We threw Jeffrey Springs in our lineup on FanDuel Sunday, and that lineup hit 233. The scores are getting ridiculous. I remember when, before they doubled it, you could get an out you would get minus 0.25 for a strikeout, which they got rid of, which is awesome. But winning GPPs was 20 fantasy points. It was crazy. The way they've changed scoring over the years has been nuts. But looking at that, the bats that I really like against Zach Gallen, Jake Cronenworth, 4 for 14, a double, a home run, only 3 strikeouts, 286 batting average there. Trent Grisham off a home run this weekend, 3 for 15, 2 doubles and a home run. So all of his hits against Gallen have been extra base hits. Machado, 3 for 13 as a home run, only 2 strikeouts, 231 batting average. So you can really see that batting average. Some players like Cronenworth have 18 plate appearances, and then most of the other team has 2 or 3. So that's where you can kind of see that some of the numbers could be inflated, and that's why digging into this is a little bit. So I wouldn't mind a San Diego stack here. Really, these 4 right here, wouldn't mind that at all. But it just depends on who's going to play, so we got to wait for the lineups to come out for that. Flip side of that, Yu Darvish against the Diamondbacks, 33 hits and 152 at-bats, 8 doubles, 7 home runs, is striking out 31.1% of the batters, though, and only a 217 batting average. So I do like Darvish here. I would go Darvish here, and then I would go some of the Padres bats, so you could be looking at some stacks. And we kind of mentioned this in yesterday's video, but FanDuel stacks, historically, to take down a GPP or winning lineups, 4 and 3. So let's say you take 4 Padres. Let's say the Padres score the most amount of runs on this slate, and you stack the top 4 players there. Then you want to stack 3 players from a different team. For the most part, those are what historically takes it down. On DraftKings, it's 5 and 2. And if you guys want a chart to see the kind of the successes and stuff, I can make that chart. I have it somewhere. I can throw it up on the website. I can throw it up on these videos too. So these videos are a little bit longer format, but there's a ton of information for each and every slate. So again, that is why it's awesome if you guys subscribe. That's why it's awesome if you hit the like button, because a lot of time goes into these videos, the articles, the cheat sheet, building the website out, building for each and every day, unlike NFL. So looking at bats here, Longoria is 5 for 30 with 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 9 strikeouts. Christian Walker 6 for 24 with a double and 2 home runs. Ketel Marte 10 for 28, a double and 2 home runs. Marte's 357 batting average. I do, if you're not going Darvish, love Marte here. Josh Rojas 1 for 17, not good. Looking at other ones, Corbin Carroll 3 for 5 with a home run. Now Corbin Carroll on my bench in season long had 3 stolen bases on Sunday on my bench. If he gets on, the thing is, even if their numbers aren't good and they walk, Corbin Carroll, for instance, he is the fastest player in the league right now. He can, let's say he has 3 walks, he might steal 3 bags, because the new way it's going, the pitchers have to make eye contact with the batter. It could be a balk. The pitchers can only throw over twice now, so after the second one, it's pretty much good to go. You don't have to be worried about that. So you're going to see an uptick in stolen bases. Corbin Carroll's one that I think is going to have a ton of stolen bases. So even with his numbers, I mean, it's 3 for 5, so it's good. It's a 600 batting average, but it's 3. Really, really like Corbin Carroll here. So the batters on, if I'm not taking the other pitcher, definitely like some Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll. I do like Christian Walker as well. Moving on to the second game, the Cubs at the Reds. You got Hayden Wesneski versus Luis Cessa. So digging in right off the jump, I probably won't have any exposure to them. Maybe Cessa for a GPP, but I don't think so. This is being played in Great American Small Park. Home runs galore here, and we'll look at that when we get into the ballpark factors. So Wesneski hasn't faced many, obviously. 3 hits and 22 at-bats, a double and a home run. Striking out 34% or 36%. I mean, Spencer Steer 1 for 5 with a double. Kevin Newman 1 for 3 with a home run. There's nothing here that I really like. GPP wise, I wouldn't mind a stack, but there's other games you can stack on this one. Same thing with here. Cubs bats. Cessa 8 for 38, 8 hits. 1 triple, 2 home runs. Ian Happ has a home run. Eric Hosmer has a home run. I'm not gonna have any exposure to the Cubs at all. I'm probably just gonna skip this game completely, to be completely honest with you. Twins at the Marlins. You got Kenta Maeda versus Sandy Alcantara. Looking at these numbers, Maeda. He's been very hit or miss. It's not the Maeda from the Dodgers, that's for sure. It's very hit or miss which Maeda you get. Alcantara, dominant. We know who we are who we're throwing out there. And this Twins lineup doesn't scare me against him. So the Marlins against Maeda, 10 for 41, 2 doubles, 9 strikeouts, 21.4 K percentage. Gene Segura 6 for 20 with a double. I mean, there's not much. They don't face each other enough. Miami stack, I think, could go under-owned. I won't have any Maeda on this slate. Alcantara, on the other hand, SP1 on DraftKings, SP1 maybe overall on this slate, outside of a couple people, depending on what site you're on and the pricing. But I love Alcantara here. I know Gallo had, I think, 2 home runs on Sunday. He's still hit or miss, literally hit or miss. 3 for 8 with a double and a triple against Alcantara. that's yeah. I don't think I'll have any. I won't have one Twins bat in this slate. I don't think so at all. So looking at Alcantara there, and maybe a Miami stack if you want to get a little bit crazy, but that's basically the extent I'm going in this game. The Rays at the Nationals, you got Josh Fleming versus Chad Kuhl. And just when we're digging into these numbers, it has absolutely nothing to do with any weather. So no weather as of now. The weather obviously can change on a dime, so weather is not a factor when we're looking at these plays. Just an FYI for everybody. So Fleming, 7 at-bats, 0 hits. Not going to pick him because he's probably not going to go might not even go 4 innings. And he just hasn't seen anyone. So I'm not really looking at any Washington bats in here. Flip side of that, I mean, Chad Kuhl has faced Manny Margot. It's the only player he's faced on this team because he's been with the Pirates and then was Kuhl on the Rockies. I don't remember where Kuhl was at. Yeah, I won't have anything to do with this game. I don't think I'll have anything to do with this game at all. This is one of those games where when you're trying to build your stacks, you're trying to get your game stacks, you're figuring out what games you like. You can go through and cross off the lowest scoring games or the projected lowest scoring games, and this probably will be one of those once the Vegas numbers come out and update a little bit more. So you got the Phillies at the Yankees. You got Matt Strahm versus Domingo Germán. We know the Yankees can strike out a lot, but we know they can put up a ton of runs as well and a lot of long balls. So Matt Strahm against the current Yankees roster, 3 hits and 30 at-bats, striking out 28.1%, 31.7 whiff percentage, and only batting 100. Aaron Hicks is 0 for 7, probably not getting the start. DJ LeMahieu's 1 for 6. Donaldson's 1 for 3. Jose Trevino's 1 for 3. The only one that has a home run is Josh Donaldson, and I just don't trust him. We'll be looking at a stack, though, just because of righty-lefty matchup here at Yankee Stadium. You've got Aaron Judge, you've got Anthony Volpe, you've got Stanton, you've got Rizzo. It really depends. I don't think I'll have much exposure outside of a stack. I don't think I'll have individual plays. Matt Strahm is a sneaky GPP play. People are going to see it's a lefty on matchup against the Yankees righty powerhouse, but they do strike out a ton. So you could get away with that. And I think he'll be super low owned. So I'll have some exposure to the Yankees bats, but I'll have a little bit exposure to Matt Strahm GPP wise. Flip side of that, the Phillies against Germán, 7 for 28, 1 home run, 250 batting average, striking out 16.1% of those batters. Not much else. I mean, Real Muto, 2 for 5. It's 400 batting average. That's why it's inflated. Jake Cave is 1 for 3. Trey Turner's 2 for 3. Schwarber's 1 for 3, and it's a home run. So Jekyll and Hyde is who you get when you go Domingo Germán. So I will have some exposure to these pitchers in this lineup. And this is a game I will be targeting both on the pitcher side for GPPs only, and then on cash side and stacking side for both teams. So this is one circle around your calendar for today. I would be looking at this game a little bit more. You got the Pirates at the Red Sox. You got Contreras versus Nick Pivetta. Obviously hasn't seen much of them. Contreras against them, 5 for 18, 2 doubles, no home runs, only 4 strikeouts. Not much to go off of here, bats-wise. We don't know which Boston team we're going to get. Verdugo's 2 for 2 with a double, so he's seen him, I guess, well in his one game against him. Kike Hernandez, 1 for 3. Christian Arroyo, 1 for 3 with a double, so not much there. Probably not going Contreras as a pitcher. Maybe the Boston as a secondary 3-person stack. Flip side of that, Nick Pivetta against the Pirates, 9 for 43, 2 doubles, 3 home runs. It's a 209 batting average, striking out 23.5% of those batters. Hedges, 3 for 12, 2 home runs. Don't mind that. I don't know if he'll start. G-Man Choi, 2 for 7 with a home run. Kutch, 2 for 9 with a double. Carlos Santana, 2 for 3 with a double as well. So not a lot going on. I don't mind a Nick Pivetta stack just because of how bad we know Pittsburgh team is. That's a fact. They are just not a good team. Most years, they're not a good team. Next game up, Yusei Kikuchi versus Chris Bubic. I think it's Bubic. Kikuchi, you don't know who you're getting. He has been absolutely lit up in the past. He's Cy Young candidate one game, and then gets lit up in the past multiple times. So the bats against Kikuchi here: 9 for 23, 2 doubles, a home run, 391 batting average. They haven't seen much, but when they have seen him, they've hit. Nicky Lopez 2 for 6, Hunter Dozier 3 for 6 with a home run. Matt Duffy 3 for 3. So the numbers are a little inflated just because of that, but I mean, there's not a lot of exposure. Let's say one total game worth didn't do well. Don't know which Kikuchi we're going to get. So I don't mind a Royals stack, just depending on what lineup's going to be out there. A Nicky Lopez, a Hunter Dozier, Perez, or even MJ Melendez. Bobby Witt Jr. is always a threat to homer or get on and steal bases too. Flip side of that, Bubic against Toronto, 5 for 21, a double and a home run. Matt Chapman's actually hit him really well, 3 for 6 with a double and a home run. Not much else. Bo Bichette doesn't have a hit. Vlad has one single, so I don't mind, but I will be looking at a Blue Jays stack here. I'll be looking at a game stack here. I don't think I'll go either of these pitchers. Don't trust Kikuchi enough, or Bubic here either. I think the most owned pitcher on the slate will be Max Scherzer. He's going to be the highest priced as well. So looking at that, weather won't be a factor just because we're looking at Milwaukee and we're looking at a retractable roof. Yeah. So Scherzer against the Brewers in his career, 28 hits and 112 at-bats, 5 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs, is striking out 33.6 K percentage. Would not be surprised if Scherzer has double-digit strikeouts in this game. Batters that have had success against him: Yelich, 10 for 34, a double, a triple, and 3 home runs. But this Yelich is not the prime Yelich that I'm sure most of those numbers come from. Brian Anderson, 4 for 21, 3 doubles. Victor Caratini, 7 for 15, 1 double, 1 home run. I don't know if he'll start, but those are really good numbers as a catcher. Jesse Winker's 1 for 9, and that's basically it. So depending on what lineup rolls out there, I think Scherzer is going to be the highest priced pitcher on the slate. I think it's pretty obvious. He's going to be almost every time he's out there, and he's got good numbers. I don't mind Scherzer as your cash option. Flip side of that, Wade Miley, soft tossing Wade Miley. You don't know who you're getting. He's had Cy Young games, and then he has absolutely not gotten out of the first inning and gotten tagged for 8+ runs. Miley, 26 hits and 96 at-bats, including 6 doubles and 2 home runs. The Mets should hit him well. I mean, Starling Marte's 9 for 22 with a double. Lindor's 5 for 13 with 3 doubles. Dan Vogelbach's 1 for 10 with a home run there. Mark Canha's 4 for 16 with a double. I would be. I'm not trusting Wade Miley. Or you could flip your switch in the middle of that and be like, you know what? Let's go crazy. Let's go Wade Miley as a contrarian GPP pitcher that no one will take. But, I mean, I would only look at Wade Miley as a pitcher if you're making 20+ lineups. Do not trust Wade Miley as far as I can throw him at all. Braves at the Cardinals. You got Dylan Dodd versus Steven Matz. Not taking either of these. Dodd's never faced them before, obviously. Steven Matz is not the pitcher. He's been terrible since coming to Kansas City. He's been terrible since coming to St. Louis. Ozuna, 7 for 22 with a double and a home run against him, batting .318. Acuna's 4 for 16 with a double and a triple. Wouldn't be surprised if he hits a home run. Austin Riley's 2 for 7 with a double and a home run. So definitely looking at a Braves stack here. We'll have a lot of exposure to the Braves lineup. Most likely they'll be part of the 4 and 3 stacks that we're doing on on FanDuel. So not trusting Steven Matz against this team, and I don't trust Dylan Dodd against the Cardinals. Both of these teams could put up a ton of runs. Don't be surprised if this game is over 10 runs within the 5th inning combined. Orioles at the Rangers is the next game. Tyler Wells versus Andrew Heaney. Now, which Heaney you're going to get, you really don't know. You really don't know what Heaney you're going to get. Tyler Wells, 2 for 10 against him, so not much going on. And we know Texas can hit. As we saw, they put up, I think, 27 runs in the first 2 games of the season, so they can hit. Flip side of that, we know Baltimore can hit. Haney against them, 7 for 16 with a double and 4 home runs. I love Baltimore as a stack here. 3 or 4, doesn't matter. And a lot of the team is hitting a home run. It's not just one person. Cedric Mullins, 1 for 2 with a home run. Ramon Urias, 1 for 2 with a home run. Austin Hayes, 2 for 3 with a home run. Ryan Mountcastle, 1 for 2 with a home run as well. So a lot is going on there. I do like a Baltimore stack. I'm not taking either of these pitchers. I don't trust Haney at all. I don't trust him. Tigers at the Astros, the next one. Matt Manning versus Framber Valdez. Manning. It's really hard to want to target a pitcher against the Astros at any given time. Doesn't matter who it is. If it's a 1-2 game, it's hard to. So this would be a matchup where Matt Manning, he's faced 10 at-bats against Abreu because beating the White Sox and the Tigers here, hasn't had success. Other than that, no one's seen Matt Manning. So a GPP pick, I don't mind. Just because no one's seen him. There are scouting reports, obviously, but Jose Abreu is the only one that have seen Manning. And it will go super under-owned, especially with the other pitchers on the slate. Valdez, on the other hand, 13 for 50, 2 doubles, nothing. 260 batting average against him, 24.1 K percentage. So looking at bats, not much. I don't think I'll have any exposure to the Tigers bats. So if I'm looking at Manning here for GPP, but if I'm not going there, definitely obviously look at Houston bats there. Valdez probably is a cash option, probably cash or GPP too. Then you got Shane Bieber versus JP Sears. Guardians at the Athletics. That is a pitcher's park. We love Shane Bieber. His numbers look inflated, but he's faced the team one time. Aledmus Diaz is 2 for 5. Didn't even realize Diaz was on the A's. I'm not going to lie to you. And that's about it. I would trust Shane Bieber with my life. I think he'll go a little under-owned because Scherzer's on there, but yeah, I'm definitely looking at that. And then JP Sears, not having faced much, 1 plate appearance on most batters here, 2 for 5. You could look at both of these pitchers. I think Bieber is a cash option. I think Sears could be a GPP option, but that's about it. I don't know about any of the bats. Probably not looking at much of the bats there. Then we've got the Angels at the Mariners, Jose Suarez versus Luis Castillo. Suarez here it is in Seattle, against the Mariners, 27 hits and 73 at-bats. That's a 370 batting average against him. I'm not touching him at all. The bats that I would love against him, we're just looking at him. J.P. Crawford, 8 for 20 with 2 doubles, a triple. Ty France, 5 for 14 with a double and a home run. Eugenio Suarez, 2 for 8 with a home run. Tom Murphy, 2 for 4 with a home run, probably not there. You got Julio, I love, 2 for 6 with a double. Kelenic, maybe a GPP option. Teoscar Hernandez, 3 for 6 with a home run. So definitely looking at stacking heavy on the Mariners bats, and I'm not looking at Suarez at all. Castillo, on the other hand, 255 batting average against him. I like Castillo here. Renfroe has 2 home runs. Anthony Rendon has 2 home runs. Jake Lamb has a home run. Luis Renigfo has 2 home runs. And Mike Trout has a home run. Other than that, nothing. No one comes out really here. Castillo, I don't mind as a pitcher. If you're not going him, you could look at a slight Angels stack here. But I would, if twisting my arm, I'm definitely going Luis Castillo. I'm going the Mariners route this way. Then the final game on the slate, German Marquez versus Luis Urias. They face each other a ton because they are in the same division. This one, though, is not Colorado. This is being played in LA. So we're looking at that. Marquez, 54 hits and 194 at-bats with 11 home runs against him. 278 batting average. The ones that stick out, David Peralta, 16 for 49, 5 doubles, 2 home runs. That's 327. Muncy, 5 for 30 with a double and 3 home runs. Love Muncy in this one. Freeman, 6 for 24 with a double and a home run. Mookie Betts has a home run and 20 at-bats with 6 hits. That's 300 batting average. Austin Barnes has a home run. Rojas, Martinez, and James Outman all have 1 home run against him. So not looking at Marquez at all. Definitely be looking at a Dodger stack. Easy Dodger stack here. Flip side of that, the Colorado bats against Urias, 43 hits and 169 at-bats, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, striking out 22%. Looking at people, Chris Bryant, 10 for 29 with a double and home run, batting .345. C.J. Cron batting .292 with 2 home runs. Ryan McMahon batting .300 with a home run. So, honestly, I think you could stack this game. I wouldn't look at the pitchers. I think I would look at the bats there. And this is, you've got the individual stacks, and then you have game stacks that we've talked about in the past. So that's the long-winded breakdown. Let me know if you guys like this format or if you'd like them shorter. I just think this is very all-encompassing, and it's got a lot of information for you. So if you have questions, hopefully I'm able to answer them throughout the video. It would be awesome if you guys are still here. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. So you guys wanted to talk about, you wanted to see the other thing. So looking at weather factors. Now, there isn't much going on right now. Not much going on weather-wise other than some strong winds. We're looking at Cleveland at Oakland, 17.4, and then Colorado at LA, 15.1. So if we go down, let's see what we're looking at. So Cleveland at Oakland, it is a pitcher's park, but it is blowing out. It's projected to blow out. And get up to about 10 to 17 miles an hour, depending on the gusts blowing out. And then same thing at the Dodgers, about right around 11 miles an hour, blowing out to right field. So that makes Max Muncy an even better option for me. So not a ton of weather to go over, which is good, yet obviously weather pops up at all times. I know the Midwest is supposed to be getting some more tornadoes like they did, so weather can pop up at any given time. So that is definitely something to be mindful for, depending on where we're at and if we're looking at what we're looking at there. So if you want to look, we do have BVP odds here. So we went over all the bats there, but then we have this document there that you can break it down. So this is all the bats on the slate, so you can sort it really however you want. If you want to sort it by home runs, you see Yelich, Muncy, Peralta, it goes down. If you want to do hits, it goes in that order. If you want to do at-bats, plate appearances, you can check that out. We've got that going on there. And then we've got ballpark rankings as the final thing on the slate. These are for Monday's slate. Like I said, it hasn't been updated yet, but we're looking at the ballparks. So you can see the ballparks. You can sort it by the runs rank. So Petco had the most amount of runs last year with 574. So you can sort it however you want. So if you want to do run total, see what ballpark had the most amount of runs last year. Fenway. So then you could see what players you want. So obviously this will be updated with the pitchers for this slate. You can see slugging rankings, slugging, and all that. So Fenway, if you want a ton of runs, you can look at that. Great American Ballpark has a ton of home runs. If you want to see home run average, Great American has the top. Yankee Stadium, 2. American Family Field is what they now, Miller Park is now American Family Field, which is crazy. So we've got this over there as well. You can check that out on the website, fantasyteamadvisors.com. Is the website. All of this will be linked down below. Will be down below here in the description. But we've got BVP, we got cheat sheets, betting odds, ballpark rankings. So we can just look at this cheat sheet is blank. I'm getting it updated for today's slate. But you can see we break it down by cash options or GPP options. In each position, stacks we like, and then even core plays when you go through. We've got 3 guys that go through it. And you can see we'll build, instead of lineups, we'll put out core here, and then you build your lineups throughout yourself. So any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Try to do as much as we possibly can for you guys. If there's any questions, you can always email us at support@fantasyteamadvisors.com, or I answer DMs on Twitter quite quickly, more quickly than emails. That is @advisors_team. So good luck on this slate, everyone. Have some fun. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.